Hello and welcome back to Let's Use the C Word. Here we are, chemo treatment number 4. So this is the final round for this part of my treatment plan, which is great. So a bit of a milestone. And so far everything is going according to plan. So yesterday I came and had my bloods taken. All of my bloods look actually remarkably good considering the chemotherapy that I've been having. These are my little doozers working their magic, and this is obviously Johnny 5. So doing its usual thing, and they seem to be, despite everything that they are doing to my body, my blood levels are really good. So the only thing that is slightly out of kilter is my iron, and that's because I'm slightly anemic. So what they're going to do in a couple of weeks, I'm actually going to have an intravenous, basically a dose of iron, and that's basically to ensure that I am as stable and normal and healthy as possible when we hit the surgery stage in a little while. So, but broadly speaking, had a really good catch up with the oncologist. He's very pleased with how things are going. He's delighted with how I'm managing in terms of side effects, but also in particular how I'm managing with regards to just maintaining, just being as normal as possible. Equally around the things such as the taste and the food. He's pleased that I'm kind of working my way around it whilst I'm getting frustrated in some instances. He said again, based on what some people experience, he's just really pleased with the progress that I'm making, and he's confident that we can move forward to the next stage without any interruptions. So fantastic session with him. Also had a really good catch up with the nurses around a plan that's being put together with regards to this MRSA challenge that we have. So again, that's something that's going to happen probably in maybe a couple of weeks' time. And I might need to go on a fairly hefty dose of antibiotics just to make sure that we clobber that before we go into any surgical procedures, because whilst now it's not causing any issues at all, obviously where it gets challenging is in surgery, where you've obviously got an open wound, and that's when it can be potentially very dangerous. So they've got to clobber it before that happens, but we now have a clearer view as to what the plan is to actually do that. So that's really good news as well. And to continue the good news, I had also a really good catch up with the nutritionist today. Today's been a really busy day. I was supposed to do this kind of a lot earlier this morning, but actually I've been seen by so many people in the day, I haven't had an opportunity to do it. So this is a little bit later than planned, but that's all fine. And the nutritionist, again, was really pleased with the ways in which we're managing around the challenges around taste. The expectation is I could get more of the same. So the side effects that I've had and experienced in this round and the previous round potentially could accumulate. That's not unusual for round 4, and particularly with regards to the intensity of the chemotherapy that I'm receiving, because it is, as I've mentioned before, it's quite an intense kind of dose that I'm receiving. So I'm kind of expecting that to happen. I've had my wonderful reaction to steroids. So last night I got 2 hours sleep because that's what they do to me. And then tonight is probably, I'm expecting, going to be about 4 hours, and then it tends to kind of die down over the weekend, and I start to get a bit more normal rest period. So that's kind of done exactly what I thought it would do. So yeah, if anybody received odd emails at 4 o'clock this morning, apologies for that. But no, so it's been, I'm kind of delighted that we've hit this milestone. It's significant, it's big, and I'm just really pleased that we've been able to get to this point. And actually, yes, I've had some challenges, and yes, I have felt pretty ropey on occasions, but equally, I think I've actually done remarkably well, just considering what's been happening. My body's had a bit of a bashing, my immune system in particular, but actually, I've still got a little bit of this going on. This is coming along. I might need to work on this a little bit. But broadly speaking, I think I've felt pretty good. So by the end of today, I'll be hooked up to my home treatment. So again, that's just going to follow the same pattern, 24 hours. And then on Friday, that will be removed. so 24 hours after the point where it finishes. 24 hours after the point where it started. And then 24 hours after that, I have the self-administered injection, which basically gives my white blood cells a little boost. And then from that point, it will be whatever we feel in terms of the side effects that I'm going to go through. That should subside definitely in a similar kind of time period. Might be a little bit longer because this is cumulative, but hopefully not. And of course, this is, as I've said throughout all of this, it's 100% individual to me, and I might or I might not experience some of the stuff that I'm talking about. So I'll keep you all in the loop. Thank you for following me on this journey so far. There is a long way to go. The surgery that we've spoken about that a little bit today, and what I'll probably do is I'll update you a little bit on those conversations, perhaps tomorrow, and give you a little insight as to some of the things that I'm learning about what that might look like, and in particular what post-surgery looks like as well. So I shall keep you in the loop. Thanks again.